Now, before we get too specific in machinery and how you perform the lifts and technique and so forth, the first thing I want to address is how you adjust the weight on these machines. Because there's a standardized way of doing it on each machine. It's all the same, so I want to go over that by showing you here. First, you've got the plates here at the bottom. Take special note of how your measurements are laid out here. You've got pounds and you've got kilograms over here to the right. We mainly deal in pounds here in the United States, so I'm going to focus on that. It starts, you would think, at 25, but actually it doesn't. This hole right here, if you put the pin in there, it will allow you to lift 10 pounds if you can't handle 25. But from there it moves up in 15-pound increments, 25, 40, 55, 70, 85, and so forth. Wherever you put the pin in, that's how much you're lifting. Now, the problem with dealing with 15-pound increments and changing weight at the bottom is going from 40 pounds to 55 pounds is a pretty big leap for some people. 40 might be too light and 55 might be too heavy, so you need something in between. That's what these are for. These are 5-pound increments. So if we've got 40 pounds down there, if we pull this pin out here, slide this down, we've turned 40 pounds into 45 pounds. Now we turn it into 50. Now, if you want to go from 40 to 55, just make sure these are up because you don't want those down, and just pull the pin from the 40-pound hole to the 55-pound hole, and that's how you move the weight up. Another adjustment on this machinery you're going to definitely want to know about is the height. To adjust the height of the seat, you've got this little lever here that you got to pull up, and you can go down with the seat or you can go up with the seat. It's very important because if you're tall or you're short, you're definitely going to be able to adjust the height of your seat. And that's how this function works. Now, another concept I want to address is the amount of reps that you do on this machinery. I advocate that you do approximately 8 to 15 reps. That's the optimal range. If you're doing more than 15, you're probably using too low a weight, so you want to add weight. If you're doing less than 8, you're probably using too much weight, so you want to reduce the weight. So you're shooting for that range between 8 to 15 reps. And a rep is basically just one actual lift of the weight on the device. One other technique that I really wanted to stress as well is the proper method of actually lifting the weights whenever you're using this equipment. And that is try and avoid clanking the plates down on top of one another or resting the plates as you're doing your reps. What a lot of people will do when they do these exercises is you'll hear them over here, the weight clanking, or they'll even let the plates rest before they continue with the rep. You really want to try and avoid that. Have a smooth range of motion, not too fast so that you don't injure yourself, but also you don't want to hear metal on top of metal. That's very important.